What's up, my friends? What's up, my friends? Another Friday, another Juve Therapy Session. I just got a notification here that I need to update my computer, or in my case, Mac. So yeah, that's right. I'm doing this through actually a webcam. So there we go. Yeah, apparently some new iOS came out today or yesterday. And there are some mixed reviews about that one because, yeah, well, some things are crap, but some others are actually quite great. So I don't know what to do with that one. I'll just keep it. I'll just keep it low for a while, and we'll see. We'll see with this iOS and what's up. But most important thing that you are guys here. Thank you so much for joining. I see RB Combs is always present. I love this guy. I can't wait to have this man on our watch party for well, basically for our game against Barca, I think. Isn't that right? RB comes. You will be with us for the Barca game, and that'll be super cool. Super cool. I'm very, very excited about that one. But Wishwa is also there, and Juve fan. Hi guys. Yeah, how you been doing? There is, of course, nothing to talk about. Well, of course it is. Of course it is. We have so much to talk about, so much. And Mr. T has also just joined. Nice to see you, Mr. T. So this past week has been a struggle. It's been tough. It's been very, very difficult because for us personally, we just barely drew. Barely. Well, we drew to Lazio, and now the guys are again out for the national break, and of course we have some injuries already to report. such a lovely stuff, this international break, and I simply don't get it anymore. The things that we have been talking about for months now, the COVID, still there, but we still some kind of ignore the whole thing and just go along with this nonsense of international football, especially since it's only friendlies. Like take Portugal, for example. They played against Andorra, I believe, 1-7-0. I don't know what possible could they get from that result. They thrash an opponent who is obviously, they are far superior to Andorra. So what do they actually get? And Cristiano gets to play 45 minutes. He didn't play 90. And we will come back to Cristiano Ronaldo and all that. But he played 45 minutes and just to score a goal. But should he played? I don't care about the injuries or whatnot. But what's the point of playing such a minor team? For Italy, for example, they played against... Who did we play against? Oh, I say we. It's Italy. Who did they play against? Estonia, is it? I don't remember. But the fact is that I say we. I don't know. I'm originally from Russia, but I moved to Norway, so I don't understand what I'm saying. Well, Italy. But yeah, it's very fun. So let's say Italian national team. Okay, that's right. Italian national team played in the midweek. And you know what? Federico Bernardeschi, for some reason, comes alive. Let me just take this one away. Comes alive. And you know what? Let me just tilt this a little bit. There we go. And it's strange, my friends. It's so strange because it's Federico Bernardeschi, and he was so useless for us during this season so far. So I don't understand why now suddenly he scores and actually played some great football. I think he did for Italy. But anyway, that's about it. So today's topic. Adam is there. I'm an honorary Italian. Thank you. Thank you. To be quite honest, I think I got that question just to talk about this for a little bit. I got a question a while back. Who do I root for? Since I am originally from Russia, but I moved to Norway when I was 14, and as you can clearly see, it's all about it's all about Italy. It's all about Juve. It's all about that part of the world. So who do I actually root for if all three teams, Norway, Russia, and Italy, go into the quarterfinals, for example, and they face, I don't know, Brazil or something? Brazil obviously out of the question, but who do I actually root for? And I have to say, it is Italy, because I have no affiliation with Russia in terms of my patriotism. Zero, nothing. And I sure don't do that for Norway as well, because well, they play crap football and they're so high about themselves, talking about this Norway as if, I don't know, it's just so much stuff going around this this national team. That's basically, they need to admit to themselves that they are actually crap where they are right now. They always talk about that time they beat Brazil in 1994. Still, there are talks about it. I don't get it. They never beat the Brazilian national team, by the way. It looks the way. I think that's the argument. So it's funny. But for me, it's been always Italy, because I grew up with that. I grew up with following Italian football. I grew up with following Italian national team. So for me, it feels more natural to root for Italian national team, as if it were actually a football club. Strangely enough, how does it sound? But it is what it is, and it's funny. It's funny, but it's true. And I got my Lloyd Lebello. I just gotta say, I am live on Facebook as well, and he just liked this video. My first ever interaction with Facebook. So yes, I am also live on Facebook. If you guys are accustomed to Facebook, so follow me there as well. But anyway, thank you, Lloyd. Nice to see you. And also come with your questions. If you want to talk about anything, any topic, wherever it may be, how hard it is, doesn't matter how easy, how hard the topic is, just comment in the comment section or in the chat, and we'll see. We can talk about that one. But back to the Italian national team. Yes, I root for them as a club. You know, it's not like it's my national feeling, but it's very strange, but it is what it is. So yeah, now of course Italy is in shambles. We can see that still. Well, they do play well enough. They score goals and they win games, but I don't feel the same. I don't feel the level is the same as it was a couple of years ago. You know, with Basaglia, Chiellini, or Bonucci, Buffon, of course. Even going further back with Cannavaro, Del Piero. You know, those guys. That was very cool side. So there we go. So today's topic list, finally, after 8.5 minutes, sorry guys, I want to talk about not only life in general, because life is crap as it is, with the COVID, with all that's going on in the world, the stuff that's going on in Ethiopia. I think it's crazy, but I will talk about footballing wise. I want to talk about Cristiano. Boom. I want to talk about Paulo Dybala, the situation with Paulo Dybala at the team right now. And well, Bernardeschi, I briefly touched on it, but I will go further into detail today. And well, actually, I want to talk about The Mandalorian, the series on Disney Plus. If you have watched it, let me know in the comment section, guys, if you want, or the chat section, if you have seen it, the Mandalorian series, if you have seen it, yes or no. If you have not seen it or plan to see it, no spoilers. We will not do any spoilers, my friends. But I will say this, it is a great show. So I binged the whole thing throughout the past 2 weeks. So yeah, I liked it. But I'm a Star Wars fanboy. I'm a Star Trek fanboy. I'm all this sci-fi fanboy, you know. So for me, it only falls natural to love that sort of thing. And of course, I'll talk very, very briefly about the new game that came out this week or last week, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Valhalla. That's a new Assassin's Creed installment, of course. I am a nerd. I'm sorry. So if you guys are nerds too, you come to the right place. So let's go to the comment section. I will see what we have here. So we have Wishwa, of course. I said hi. Nice to see you. And yes, guys, we know I hate the national break as well. Salah got COVID. Yes, I know that. To be honest, couldn't care less about it. In fact, every single player is in danger of getting this virus. So every single player is vulnerable right now. So whoever gets it is just shooting basically. Zlatan had it, Cristiano had it, Dybala had it. Now this crazy idiot from Croatia. I don't know if he's an idiot. Well, that's putting harshly, but the way the things were conducted for this defender Vida, he actually played while being tested positive to COVID. Crazy, but it is what it is. So for me, Salah got COVID. Okay, fine. Well, it's not fine, but it doesn't bother me. So yeah. Then there is Queria Ariel Formosa, whatever your name is. I'm sorry. You are probably from Malta, so yeah, great to see you. Great to see you there. I've never been to Malta. Guys, have you been to Malta? I've been to Italy, but never to Malta. That was actually on my bucket list before this COVID BS started. Yes. Mr. T. Being good against Andorra is like praising you for being a D team. Yes, exactly, Mr. T. I agree. I don't know why they play these sort of games. I mean, I get the games between Netherlands and Spain, I believe, that played against each other. This I get, the equal quality, really the matching, and they get to test themselves against the highest, the toughest opposition. That's fine. But Andorra, really, why? Andorra against Liechtenstein, fine, do that. But Portugal against Andorra with Cristiano Ronaldo for 45 minutes, you crazy? You gotta be joking. So I don't understand. That at all. Juve Daily says hi, nice to see you as always. And Wishwa, Prime Video. I do not have Prime. Amazon Prime, I think you mean. No, I haven't seen that. We don't have that in Norway. I think we do. But yeah, there's so many streaming options out there. It's so much, and it costs so much money. So you know what? I don't bother. Disney Plus, we bought it just not only for myself, of course, but for my son as well. Just to enjoy the Disney stuff, and of course they have a bunch of Avengers movies, everything they got there, and the Star Wars installment, every single thing. So I love it. And The Mandalorian, I also love it. Absolutely love it. So again, guys, if you are planning to watch The Mandalorian, please comment in the comment section in the chat. And if you liked it, yes or no. If you didn't watch it, but you're planning to, let me know as well. But no, I haven't even heard about this show, my friend. Yes, Portugal, France tomorrow, indeed. Yes, indeed. So it would be interesting, though, if Cristiano will be playing. Because I don't feel that so far, it's not so long ago they played each other. That famous laugh between Mbappe and Ronaldo. That was actually just before Cristiano got COVID. So it's only, 2 months ago. And now they're playing again. Yeah. And I don't know if he will play or not. If he will, please don't get injured, my friend. Please don't get injured, Cristiano Ronaldo. And this is the start of what I want to talk about to you guys is Cristiano Ronaldo. Let me get a sip of that. So there's been a lot of controversy in regards to whether he should be playing or not playing against Andorra. Why did he play? Why was he even called up? Why was he jumping like crazy? Why was he risking himself to score? Why do you think that? I don't know, guys. Why does he think that Why does he think that this is okay? That kind of things. And you know what? Fazil says hi Fazil. Nice to see you. To be quite honest, guys, that knock when he the knock that he got against Lazio, the one that made him the one that subbed him off basically, was not that bad of a knock in my opinion. Everybody was screaming, why do you start Cristiano? Why do you play Cristiano? Why is he even on international break since he got subbed off and now he's injured? Why is he joining the Portugal national team? And guys, you know what? First and foremost, look at the way the substitution happened. So when he got subbed off against Lazio, it was like, huh? Me? So he was subbed off, of course. He sat on the bench. He got an ice pack. So there was something wrong with his ankle. Yes, because he got knocked out by Luis Alberto, I believe, on his ankle. And you know what? That's it. If you have played the game, my friends, you know perfectly well when you get that hit to your ankle, it hurts. I know it hurts like crazy. It hurts maybe for a day. It hurts maybe for 2 days. But why are we so sweating over the inclusion of him being in the international team? Remember, he only played 30 minutes or so against Spezia, and then he plays 60 minutes or so, 70 or 80 minutes against Lazio, and that's it. I think, and also Ferencváros in the midweek. So he just going back to full fitness, match fitness, because he was away with COVID virus, of course, as you remember. So it's only natural for us to start him against Lazio, to start him against Ferencváros. And since this was just, yes, RB Coms, agree, I exactly agree. I will highlight this one. By the way, Rich, nice to see you as well. Good evening. He says it was just a precaution, and I totally agree, because you don't want to risk Cristiano getting that ankle worse. It doesn't matter if international break is coming up or not. You just sub him off. And Dybala introduction and his nonsense, that's another matter. But the fact is, Cristiano Ronaldo got subbed off as a precaution, and I agree. So, of course, for those first 2 days, it hurts. And the medical staff of Portugal checked his ankle, I think. They were looking at it and thought, yeah, it looks okay. So I don't know if why did he only play 45 minutes against Andorra? Is that because, he didn't care about scoring 50,000 goals against Andorra? Maybe, of course, he did, or maybe it was just actually the fact that he was not 100%. I don't know. But the fact is, the things that we know is that he played 45 minutes. That's it. He didn't play 90 minutes. He did only 45 minutes against in a position which was quite poor. So there would not be any struggle for him. There would not be any craziness from him in order to perform. This is Andorra. He can do what he wants. Of course, he jumped like crazy and he risked himself. But who doesn't do that? Of course, if you play ball, you play 100%. And if he didn't jump, if he didn't risk himself, there will be also people bashing the guy and saying, well, why didn't you do that? You're playing as freaking Andorra. Score that goal. He did, though. He did score 1 goal. So for me, personally, I see no issue with the Cristiano Ronaldo introduction to Andorra game. I see no issue with him joining the Portugal national team and whatsoever. And remember, as long as Cristiano Ronaldo is fit, he will play. Not because not because Portugal needed him to come on for the second half. I mean, this is Andorra we're talking about, but because it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Of course, remember also, if this was a full packed stadium, he would have probably played the full 90 because, the crowd, to entertain them. And it's Andorra, so probably he run right with those guys. But it is what it is. And I don't see the point of hustling. I don't see the point of being this as a controversy. It's not. It's not. But then I get this. Then I get this argument, which is basically labeling me as a Cristiano Ronaldo fanboy. Now, take that away. Take that portion away. The Cristiano Ronaldo nonsense and just fanboy. What is a fanboy per definition? Of course, you're not going to find any explanation to that term in a dictionary or whatever. What is a fanboy? In my opinion, maybe you can disagree with me or not, but a fanboy for me is, if we're talking about a player, right? And we just have to like focus on a player. So a fanboy of a player is a fan of a player who only focuses on the player. It doesn't matter which club he plays for. It's only a matter of that player. So, for example, This is an example. Cristiano Ronaldo fanboy. What does it mean? In my opinion, it means that I care only about Cristiano and nothing else. I care whether he plays or not. I care how many goals he scores. I care about his history, that he's the greatest footballer on earth, because I am a fan of his. So because obviously I will be subjective. I will only think what's best for Cristiano, and for best for Cristiano, of course, is having fans. Therefore, I am one of those fans. Therefore, I must say that Cristiano is the best on earth. This is, in my opinion, Cristiano Ronaldo fanboy. For example, Messi fanboy, exactly the same thing. I think that Lionel Messi is the best player ever to grace this planet with his skills. I think that Messi, every time he scores, I am wowed by his performance. I'm wowed by his magic. And I don't care if Barca lose 5-1. I will say that Messi scores that one goal, and I will say that this is a crap team that he carries. And sometimes he cannot carry a crappy team. Turning back to Cristiano Ronaldo is carrying this team right now, and I don't care if Juve loses 5 or 4-0, 5 or 4-1 or 4-2, as long as Cristiano Ronaldo scores that one or those two goals. This is being a fanboy. Now, there's also levels to this fanboy. You know, you can have a level of an objective fanboy, meaning I'm still Cristiano Ronaldo fanboy, but I want what's best for Juve in order for Cristiano to succeed in the Champions League, for example. So I will be rooting for Cristiano, but I will be also rooting for Juve to win games so that Cristiano can score in the Champions League final. You get me? So this is a level of objective opinion. So I'm not only rooting for Cristiano, I'm also rooting for Juve, that the club can help my boy to excel. And then you have these delusional fanboys. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Luckily, there are very few of them. It doesn't matter what happens with Juve. They can be relegated, but as long as Cristiano scores 50 goals a season, I'm happy. And if he doesn't score 50 goals a season, I will blame the club he plays for. So this is the fanboy theory, the definition that I get in my head. I don't know if you agree or not, but that's the way I think the fanboy is. So when I'm trying to explain to people that when Cristiano Ronaldo is being substituted against Lazio as a precaution, like RB Combs perfectly said, then he's being included into the game against Andorra. He is being included in the squad for Portugal for these two games. I'm being labeled fanboy. I don't understand this. Why? I'm merely stating this is a fact. Why shouldn't Cristiano play during this international break? Yes, we get that we are desperate for our success. We are dependent on Cristiano, like it or not, my friends. And this is maybe controversial or not, I don't know. But in my opinion, and it looks as well, it's clear as day for me. We are per now dependent on Cristiano Ronaldo succeeding. Without Cristiano, we wouldn't be where we are today. We wouldn't win against Spezia, and that's frightening. Probably we wouldn't even draw against Lazio. Well, we had very few chances to score, by the way. Cristiano had chances to score. He is the catalyst, basically. But when he is not on the pitch, like he was during this COVID, while he had the COVID, we struggled. I'm not saying that's only the reason why we struggled, because Cristiano wasn't there, but you could also see the mentality. You can also see the lack of leadership in the team. And I still believe, per today, that Cristiano Ronaldo should be our captain somewhere down the line. Because I don't like Bonucci being captain, I don't see what he brings to the team as a captain. I've been saying this way before everybody else said it. Nobody cared about that, but now this is a topic everybody's talking about on social media. I was there first. Anyway, to be serious, Cristiano Ronaldo is vital for us, like it or not, and that's the way it is now. And I see the comment from Vishwa that confirms that if we sell Ronaldo, we are done. I do not agree. I do not agree with that into that extent. We are done. What do you mean we are done? Do you mean that we're not going to win the league? Do you mean that we are going to be a mid-table team? Do you think we are going to enter into banter era like Milan did for this 10 years? I need more than we are done. So I'm not offending. I'm just asking Vishwa. I'm wondering, what do you mean that we are done? Because sooner or later, this guy, this phenomenon of a player will be gone. He will be sold or just, he will just leave for free transfer. So my question is, not only what do you mean by we are done, but I also wonder, what do you mean if we sell Ronaldo, what do we do next? Yes, and I see the comment. I see the answer. By the way, I see all your answers, guys. I will come back to that. I just need to take this with Christian because it's very, very nagging me. We'll struggle at least a season, he says. Well, I say 2 seasons, my friend, because, if we sell him during this coming summer, after this season, yes, at least a season, yes. If we do sell him for some reason, now in January, which is highly, highly unlikely, then we'll struggle for 2 seasons because now this season will be broken. I don't feel that we have any other player who can step up and score goals for us. Morata cannot be that crazy throughout the whole season. I'm sorry. I'm very glad. I'm super happy that he delivers for us. But at the end of the day, I don't know. I cannot trust Alvaro Morata because I've never seen it before. I can trust Cristiano, but I cannot trust Alvaro Morata because I've never seen him being so consistent before. So based on that history, based on that, based on his statistics, I wonder how more can we take with how good of a flow is Morata in right now. So that's why I say, without Cristiano, we will struggle. And for Vishwa, yes, at least a season, yes. Let me just take this one. At least a season, yes. Very well, maybe. Mr. T, there is no problem with Ronaldo playing. The guy knows his body better than anyone and is pretty much never injured. But I don't think that matters. Yes, exactly, Mr. T. Thank you. I said this as well. No matter who comes in, Del Piero was there. Gigi Buffon is still there, but I'm kind of isn't, because I don't know. It's just not the same with Gigi not being in goal. Chiellini is never there. Del Piero, Boniparti, Platini, Baggio, all those guys, Ravanelli, Vialli, all those guys have been at my club and left. But my club remains, and to be quite honest, remains competitive. So when Ronaldo will be going, I don't know. We are very, very much too reliant on Cristiano, like Rich says there a bit further up in the chat. I do agree with you, Rich, as well. We are too reliant on him, and this might be danger to us, because what are we as a football team? In order to win the matches, in order to win the championship, you need to have a team structure. You need to have an understanding between players. So it doesn't help me having one great player and he will score all the time, because once he's injured, once he's suspended, then we are crap. There's nobody to step up. There is nobody to have the confidence to step up because everything is going through that player. So in the long run, that won't help us. We can win 4-0, 5-0 against Lazio, Merda, Milan, whatever at one game, but then we risk players like Cristiano being injured, being suspended. I don't know, something COVID. This is an unpredictable issue. Yes, he can get COVID again. It's been confirmed. It is possible to get COVID twice. It's highly unlikely though. But in any case, we cannot rely on one single player. It will damage us in the long run, in the long term. Eventually, the opposition will find out that we go all through Cristiano, and you know what? Just mark the guy for 2-3 players, and that's it. We are done, because no Dybala, not McKennie, not Rabiot, not Kulusevski, not Morata, whoever, you name a player, Chiesa, they will not step up because they don't believe they can. They don't believe they need to, because they know that they can just give ball to Cristiano and he will fix it for us. This is not how a team must be played. This is not how we work with a team. It's just as simple as that. Now, in the short term, of course, give the ball to Cristiano and he will fix this for us. Of course, we saw that against Lyon. Almost we got through last season. Cristiano was the only player that actually, well, visibly wanted to progress. Everybody else was lost on the pitch. He had that determination. And no, this is not Cristiano Ronaldo fanboy talking. This is objectively speaking. Okay? And I see you guys coming in with salaries. Yes, you can discuss it in the chat for sure. I'm not going to go into that much detail about that one, but I'll say this. Is Cristiano good for us, or is Cristiano bad for us? Short term, he is vital for us. Meaning short term meaning, well, January. Up until January, he is vital for us, and we need him until January. Vital. Why? Because we need points. We need to win games ASAP. But, I mean, Dybala is out of form, low confidence, and whatever. I spoke about Dybala specifically in my last video. Hope you saw that one. If you didn't, please check that out. Hi, Francesco, by the way. And Subham also joined me for the chat. In January, we need actually to see some progress. If we don't see any responsibility improvement from Dybala, Morata scores, but as I say, in January, I will see if he actually still continues to score, which will amaze me. Dejan Kulusevski, will he improve? What's happening with Alan Ramsey? Is he still alive at all? Guys like, well, those guys who will help us offensively. They need to be there January. In January, I want to know where we are. Because if we still are in the dark, we don't know what we are doing right now. But Cristiano is the only one who scores, cares. Let's say Morata is also in there. I still don't trust Morata in the long term, but never mind. He's a secondary striker for me anyway. It's Cristiano that drives this team per now. How unfortunate it may sound, but it is true. But if we don't see any of that, it's still only Cristiano in January, then we will be in trouble come May, because then we will be lost. Cristiano will be exhausted. Cristiano will be frustrated when he doesn't get the things that he needs. The service, like we did last season. At the end of the last season, we ended up just crossing the ball to Cristiano because we didn't know what else to do. That was so sad. That was so sad to watch. It was destroying me. I didn't care for Cristiano scoring. I didn't care for Cristiano being top scorer for Juve. I didn't care at all. I wanted my team to perform, but we limited ourselves to follow route one, cross the ball to Cristiano. Sometimes it was a good cross. Most of the times it was a freaking bad cross. So it ended up being so flat. So this is why I want to see flexibility in this season. I want to see more from other players, and they need to step up. Well, strike one, they failed when we played without Cristiano during his COVID virus isolation. We failed miserably. No player, apart from Alvaro Morata, stepped up. I mean, I don't care about Morata scoring, as I say, but I care about leadership. I care about the confidence. You see every single player that's being interviewed. I saw the interview with McKennie today. McKennie even said, not the first thing, but one of the things that he was talking about is, of course, meeting Cristiano Ronaldo and how he was off the pitch, in the gym. How they are in private and all that. They always speak volumes about Cristiano being the phenomenon. I haven't seen any single thing about Leonardo Bonucci. And he is our, basically, I don't care that Giorgio Chiellini is our first captain. It doesn't matter because he's always freaking injured. Now Bonucci's, by the way, injured as well. So yeah, I don't even know who will be captain. I will be hopefully I hope they will actually have the balls to give it to Cristiano this time. I don't think that Dybala deserves it. Why? Please don't give it to Cuadrado. so for me, it's obvious. I need Cristiano to be a leader, and maybe he even is. And this is not fanboyism. Again, this is not a fanboy talking. This is objective opinion. What's best for Juve right now? Of course, short term, Cristiano being successful, being vital, being productive, scoring goals. Long term, the whole team. He must help the whole team to progress. But also, players need to take responsibility. So that's my opinion on Cristiano in the short term. He's vital for us. However, if we are to win the championship, if we want to go far in the Champions League, which I highly doubt that we will do, this will hurt us because we are a one-man team. It is sad, and I don't care if you like it or not, but it is true. Just look at the facts. Just look at how we are playing. We look deflated as soon as Cristiano is off the pitch against Lazio. We looked nervous. We looked lost. Maybe it's a coincidence. Maybe it's because Cristiano Ronaldo got subbed off and Dybala came on. I mean, the tactics, that sort of thing. But I fail to see the confidence in the team right now, which basically confirms to me that, Juve, we are Juve. We are fino alla fine. We trust our management. We trust what we do. We trust in ourselves. We believe in ourselves. I don't see that. I see a nervous team, but there is one or two players who believe in themselves right now. Alvaro Morata, Cristiano Ronaldo. And it's sad. It is very, very sad, but it is true. It is true. So we have limited ourselves so far. I'm saying so far, guys. The only positives going forward is Cristiano Ronaldo so far. But this might change if players start taking responsibility. I want to see more from Dybala. Vital season for him. I will talk about Dybala in a moment. And I want to see more from guys like Kulusevski. If he is worth that money that we spend on him, I'm not sure because now he's very inconsistent. I want to see more from him. I want to see. I'm glad that McKennie is doing well. Yeah. But I need more, my friends. And Federico Chiesa might be vital, might be not vital. I don't know. He looks to me very one-dimensional, but positive so far. So if he can remain on that level, on that form, on that drive throughout the season, I'll be happy. But then again, we need goal scorers. We need those in the final third. I don't care how many players we have in the midfield. I need somebody in the final third who can drive the team on with the positivity, with the goal scoring, with the successful performances. That they can touch a ball perfectly. They can stabilize the team. They can pass make a great pass. The basics, but still vital things, vital little things. For example, going back to that incident with Leonardo Bonucci when I don't know if you guys remember this, if you saw the Lazio game, his pass to Danilo in the second half. So he basically just passed the ball over the line. Horrible pass towards Danilo. Danilo, of course, couldn't reach the ball, and it got turned. And they got the throw in. And then Cuadrado started shouting at him, and Bonucci was like, "Calma, don't shout at me," something like that. Now that's one thing that I don't want to talk about that, but I want to talk about the pass itself. That pass doesn't exactly ooze his confidence, So, for example, if McKennie looks at it, I don't know if Rabiot looks at it, if Bentancur looks at it, if Morata looks at it, Dybala looks at it, and they look like our captain, our leader just made that mistake, such a silly mistake, and then he goes like this to his teammate. What does that say? Where is the motivation? Where is I'm sorry, my bad, or something? But there is nothing. So that oozes insecurity, and that doesn't help. That really doesn't help. And of course, Cristiano also makes mistakes. Make no mistake about that. And you clearly, if you know me well enough, you know that I bash Cristiano when he deserves bashing, when he deserves criticism. But, I mean, this is our captain, so I need something more. With Cristiano, I think I will get that something more. But, yeah, it is. It is what it is. Okay, let's go to the comment section, guys. I'm sorry. That was just a little rant. Sabam, let's start with you. I think because of the burden of the salary, you may request Cristiano to lower his salary. Yes, of course. The salary is a problem. He earns 30 million net per year, and that's insane. That's an insane amount of money. With the COVID, if he really wants to play for us beyond this contract and we want to re-sign him, we could try and lower that 30 million net into 20 million net. If he will agree, that's another matter. But I don't know. I simply don't know. If they do put him out for sale, who do they actually, who can offer that kind of money? PSG might do that. Manchester City might do that. You know, those big, rich clubs. But I don't see that happening, to be quite honest. Maybe PSG. Well, and maybe even Manchester United wants to return there. I highly doubt that's going to happen. But yeah, PSG looks like more realistic alternative. But maybe he will just stay and lower his salary, and I will be glad if he does that. But only if he doesn't hurt the team in the long term. Because right now we are on the low, and he is the one who is holding us up, who is keeping us relevant. It is sad, but it is true. Maybe it will turn now that the Matthijs de Ligt looks like he is back to full fitness, so he will feature next weekend for us. I'm excited for that one. I hope that he plays well and doesn't get injured again. So we'll see. Maybe we'll see some stability there. I'm not sure, but still, Cristiano is the vital player for us so far. Rich, the salary is a big drain on the club for sure, and I think he has been worth it as he adds more, not just on the pitch. Exactly, yes. But going forward, he needs to be paid less. Yes, I agree. I agree, Rich. And also the fact that there are some arguments there that Cristiano isn't worth that. We can afford to spend that much money on him because he helps us so much commercially. I don't know. Right now, it's tough with this COVID situation. Of course, the sponsoring, the match day tickets, of course, they are at zero. So it hurts us more now that we expected it, of course, with COVID being the main reason. So it's tough. It is tough, and it is a negative balance for sure, just because of Cristiano. Like it or not, it is the case. And if we sell him, let's say if they offer 60, 70 million for him, plus, of course, take away his wages, we could actually refill with one player, maybe two, and that's it. But then again, we need to restructure the whole team. We need to get the proper replacement, correct replacements. And I see the comment from Wishma here, the further down, if we sell him, we should get Holland, Mbappe, or Sancho. Well, these names, they are just firing names from a Football Manager or FIFA. I'm not so sure that Holland will fit in the Serie A. I'm not so sure Sancho will be good enough. I saw some guys commenting on Camavinga from Rennes. Guy just started playing football. He's 18 years old, playing his second season for Rennes, and we suddenly want to spend 60 million on the guy. Calma. No. What is the proof that he will deliver for us in the Serie A? Zero, none. And yes, maybe some people out there saying that, you know what? Cristiano Ronaldo is a freak, so he can fit into any league. But and Premier League is not the same as it was before. Bundesliga is not the same as it was before. French league is a farmers' league. What else we got? La Liga is also like a very strange league for now. Now it's either Barca or Real Madrid looking to do very well. So, but with Serie A, it remains a constant. It remains a very interesting thing because with Serie A, it's always been known for their defending, always been known for their cynicism, and always been known for their ability to win games, to control games, ability to read the game. So this is very unique for us. This is why I don't think, and if you remember my video for when I said no to Lionel Messi at Juventus, I said that I don't think he will fit in the Serie A because I feel that he will be just, they have no respect. It doesn't matter if you're Messi, if you are Ronaldo, it doesn't matter. They will still mark you, they will still tackle you, and they will still play cynically against your team. So Sancho may be not a good idea. Mbappe, perhaps, I don't know, but he also needs support. He also is more of a winger option. He's not a prime striker. So, yeah, I mean, it's up to the management, really. We cannot just play Football Manager and FIFA 21 all day long and switch players and they are successful no matter where they arrive because the ratings are so high. But it's more to that. It's the language. It's the understanding of the game. I saw the interview with the Juventus women lady, Mathilde Lundorf from Denmark. She arrived this season. And her interview was very interesting. It is on Juventus TV right now, on Juventus Pass. So she was asked about what did she learn while the first few months in Italy, and this is her first season in Italy and playing for Juventus Women. So what she said was very interesting. She said that she learned how to be a defender. Well, anew. She started from scratch. How to position your body, how to position your feet, how to pass the ball, how to cross, everything was at basics. How to be a defender, where to be a defender, where not to be a defender, where to attack, where to press, where to sit back, where on the pitch should you be when the ball is there or there or there, everything. So when I saw that interview, I started thinking, wow, arriving in Italy is complicated. So it is way more complicated in Italy, well, than it is in Premier League, than it is in La Liga. No disrespect, but I feel that this is true. Even Cristiano Ronaldo said so himself, that it's tough. It's much tougher to score in Serie A than it is in La Liga. So don't take it for granted that Haaland will score a lot of goals. Don't take that Mbappe will be a successful player or Sancho. That's why every single player that arrives at Juve, I will support, but I am skeptical because I don't know how Serie A will treat them and how will they adapt to Serie A. Yeah. So that's why probably we are more interested in buying Italian, shopping in Italy, because you know what you get. They know the league and they know how to attack and they know how to address the difficulties. Players coming from outside, not so sure. Francesco, I believe we need balance. If we can have balance with Cristiano, great team balance. Yes, I totally agree. We need him until the season, says Sabam. Yes, I agree as well. I feel that Chiesa, Z, by the way, hi, nice to see you. I feel like Chiesa will be vital this season with his pace, attitude, and width he provides. Yes, and that's a good point. However, I fear that this 3-5-2 system with Chiesa on the wing will hurt us defensively because I don't feel that he is a good defender. Sorry. So that's, yeah, that's that hurts, that hurts a little bit because he is such a positive player going forward. He's a simple player going forward because he's very direct. It's no fuss with him. You know what you will get with Federico Chiesa. It's direct gung-ho style, but defensively not so sure. So that's my insecurity with Chiesa. That's why I don't think he will be that vital, but going forward he might be very important. Yes. Rich, last year, yeah, last season, my friend, I don't like talking about last season, but yeah, but I did. So yes, I get where you're coming from. This is coming because I was talking about that one 15 minutes ago. Sorry. Yes, what on earth were they doing? I don't think even Sarri knows what they were doing, to be quite honest, my friend. Yes, the league will be back after the national break. Yes, I see that. I disagree with Corrado not being captain. He sacrificed a lot for the team. Also, they got to be captain in Colombia, Fiorentina. To be quite honest, I didn't know that he has been captain in Colombia and Fiorentina. I didn't know that. But, and that's the thing, and this is very interesting. What makes you a good captain? Is it the amount of games you've played for the team? Is it because you know the team very well? Is it because you are comfortable? You know every corner at the stadium. You know how to go to the J Medical. You know every employee. You know basically the surroundings. You know our structure. You know our mentality. You know what must be done as a youth player. But at the end of the day, if you don't have leadership skills, that's a problem. Then you're not a leader. Prime example, Leonardo Bonucci yelling at Juan Cuadrado for talking back because Bonucci screwed up. He passed the ball and it was a very, very bad pass to Danilo, so it ended up being a throw-in to Lazio. So this is a conflict between two, so to speak, leaders, because if Cuadrado is a captain for Juve, as crazy as it may sound, he must be a leader. So okay, so he is a leader. That's fine. Let's play that game. So he is a leader. So, and Bonucci is also a leader. But that clash between two leaders on the pitch with this, calma, calma. Don't antagonize. Don't talk back to me. That kind of stuff. And I saw them previously being in a row. I saw them discussing. I saw them bitching around last season. So is that good for us? Is that good that two captains are clashing, are disagreeing on the pitch when it matters the most? I'm not so sure. So I don't think that Cuadrado is qualities. I don't think a captain. He should be a captain because I don't feel that he is a great leader. I've never seen him being a leader. I've seen his work ethic. Yes, he sacrificed a lot for the team, but so did Paduin. So did many other players. But it doesn't automatically mean that they are good leaders. And this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a good leader. I'm looking at one player who can show me the way, get me into the right direction when I am lost. When I am lost as a player, Rodrigo Bentancur, for example, if I am lost in the midfield, I need some mental help, quick adjustment from my captain. And I don't think that neither Bonucci or Cuadrado can provide that. I don't think that even Dybala can provide it. I haven't seen that. So, guys, I'm sorry, but even Daniele Rugani had the captain's armband for one moment, and that scared me. Even Alexandro, who barely talks, who barely opens his mouth, had a captain's armband at one point because they played a lot of games. And I don't think that's fair. I think that guys who actually have leadership skills, have the voice, deserve to be captain. Now, if they don't want the captaincy armband, fine. That's another matter. But I don't think that Cristiano would say no if he was offered a captaincy at some point. I don't think so. And that's also my question to management. How do they think the captaincy is structured? The hierarchy is questionable. The Italians at the team who played more than 100 games are automatically qualified to be a captain. Daniele Rugani had a captaincy armband. For heaven's sake, why? It's just, I don't get it. It doesn't, and I'm sorry. I'm disagreeing, but this is a dialogue. This is a discussion, and I like this, Francesco. So thank you. Honestly, the guy has been captain in Colombia and Fiorentina, but that doesn't mean that he has been a good leader. For example, Cristiano is an exception, by the way, but looking at Portugal, Cristiano is a captain. And yes, he's a leader, but what if he hasn't been a leader? What if he was just superstar? He's just a super big star for the team because he's the best player in the country. And so this is why, based on his performances, he will get the captain's armband. Yes, sometimes it may work. As a captain, best player on the pitch, usually oozes confidence and provides you that stability, provides that help, that you can look up to him because you know that he will do the best thing for the team because he is the best player on the pitch. But mentally, he will probably not be a good leader. So my understanding of a leader is more of a mental rather than visible on the pitch, because I don't think that best player on the pitch is necessarily a good leader. Yeah. Philosophy, therapy session 101. I've been watching Jordan Peterson for the last couple of days, by the way, so I'm kind of hooked on the guy. If you don't know who Jordan Peterson is, just check him out on YouTube. He's absolutely crazy dude. He's a philosopher from another level. I love the guy. It's a complicated guy. It's a complicated, complicated mind and complicated phrases that he uses. But at the end of the day, it's just, yeah, I love it. I love the guy. So moving on. Sam is there. Hi, Sam. Nice to see you. Ciao. I'm waiting for you live. Yes, I am here. Ronaldo Morata tried to provide an outlet, so they both were gone. Lazio just yes. Both of them, yes, I agree. Actually, yes, you are correct. Both of them were substituted. Bernardeschi and Dybala were there instead. Yeah, and that's it. And then we lay flat. So this is what I'm saying. Other players need to take responsibility and take responsibility. That's it. Sabam, if we had Awar. I mean, guys, you are so freaking obsessed with Awar, every one of you. It's strange. What does it make? What makes you guys think that Awar will succeed? He probably will. He probably will do great for you if he arrives. I have no doubt about it. Most likely to happen because he looks like a real deal. He looks like a complete player. But we have bigger fish to fry, you know. We have issues on the wing backs. We have issues in the center of the defense. We have issues with mentality. We have issues going forward because Dybala isn't working. Maybe Awar could be that solution. Yeah, and apparently the rumors were that it was between Awar and Chiesa, and Pirlo at the end ended up with Chiesa. And so far it's been productive. So with Awar, I'm not sure. But yeah, we can only speculate what would have been if Awar would have been there. You will only look at apps for captaincy, unfortunately. Yeah. Will be Dybala, Corrado captain. Ronaldo for sure should be in the look. Yes. Yeah, I agree. We talked about that, Mr. T. Yes. Probably should have bought Awar instead of Chiesa. Sold Bernardeschi for some sort of cash payment. Yeah, Bernardeschi is an interesting case. I will speak very briefly about Bernardeschi because there's not much to talk about. The thing that fascinates me, and it's like a conundrum, is that he performs so well for the national team, and he's doing crap. He does nothing for Juve for the last couple of months, for the whole season, and end of the last season as well. Well, he scored against Sampdoria or Lazio, I believe, to clinch that Scudetto. But that was his first goal last season. His only goal, I believe. So Bernardeschi for me is a mental player. If he has a high confidence, he will perform. If he has freedom, he will perform. If he has no pressure, he will perform. I don't think, and this is just a subjective opinion, I'm not so sure if that's true, but this is when I look from outside, looking in on Bernardeschi, this is what I see. So what I see is a player who struggles with pressure, with being at such a great, huge club as Juve. He struggles with the fact that every time he needs to be on the pitch, he struggles with the fact that every time he is on the pitch, he needs to perform 100%. If you don't perform, you'll get consequences, and consequences are grave. They are insane, because the consequences so far has been that we've conceded goals, we've lost points, not because of Bernardeschi, but alone. But he was also he's a vital part of that. So I don't think that he's comfortable with that pressure that comes with wearing this shirt. So maybe coming to Italy, there is no pressure, because you play every game as if this is just a bunch of guys coming together and playing ball. No pressure. And if you are and you are there for two games, and then you're back in your hole at Juve, you can hide there, and that's it. So the majority of their time as a football player is being spent at the club. And if you are unhappy at a club, if you don't feel comfortable with that pressure, you need to move. So yes, I think that Bernardeschi will be sold, maybe even in January, at least loaned out, because we are unable to sell players. So he will be loaned out, and there we go. Then we look for something else, maybe, or maybe not. Maybe we'll just leave him. Maybe we'll just loan him out, and that's it. Yeah, as crazy as it may sound, but the time has come, my friends. I don't think that Bernardeschi has a future at Juve. Unfortunately for him, it's fine by me, because I've never seen anything from him. From the day one, I thought this is a cool dude with all the tattoos and the fine hair and his slick left foot, but I needed more, and I never got it. Never got it. After the first couple of games that we played with him, I already saw that, you know what, I'm not so sure about this guy. Not so sure. So yes, at the end, we might actually be loaning him out. Travis just joined me in the chat. Very nice to see you, Travis, as always. Bernardeschi. It's not Bernardeschi, it's Bernardeschi. Bernardeschi. Actually scored a great goal. Well, yes, he did. So why doesn't he do that for Juve? Yeah, I know what you're saying. I'm just joking, man. I'm just joking. That's fine. I saw the goal. Yes, it was a great goal, but then again, consistency. Punkai, nice to see you. Hope I pronounced your name right. Personally, I think that people are slightly overreacting. Over in the 5th position, just 4 points behind the 1st position. Yes, and Milan will continue this undefeated run. Will also undefeated, by the way. Yes, but, and this is very important, but this is the performance that matters. Okay, the fact that every team has been crap doesn't help us. The fact that every single team has conceded stupid goals, lost points, doesn't help us. It's we ourselves we need to think about. Our performance on the pitch, our insecurity in the defense is what troubles us. The fact that we conceded a last-second goal against Lazio pissed me off so much. I started questioning our motto, the fino alla fine. I started questioning if players actually care anymore. If our captain Leonardo Bonucci cares anymore. And that's frightening, because that's what we base everything on. That's what our belief that we can do. We can be victorious at the end of the final whistle. But yes, in the position, 4 points behind the 1st position, yes, it doesn't sound that difficult. It doesn't sound that crazy. But also remember, factor in the fact that we got handed a 3-0 victory against Napoli. We probably would have lost that game. Highly likely that was be the case, but it is what it is. I do not like the way we play. I think that our midfield is very flat, insecure, and only is focused. Their attributes are more focused on defending rather than attacking. I don't see any of our midfielders attack. Besides McKennie, Ramsey and Kulusevski are another matter. They're not in the midfield. They are attacking midfielders. They are between the lines, but those guys in the midfield, Rabiot, Bentancur, and McKennie, really not give me that confidence going forward, And when they don't give you the confidence, yeah, that's the inconsistency again. Also feel the main problem is defensively. Mainly giving away goals. Last minute of the game with the leg last time come back, I think it's going. We don't know that. Alexander has a big bullseye on his head right now, because last season he disappointed. The season before that he was strange. Now he has been resting for 2 months or so. So I've been waiting for him to get back, and we will see what happens with Cuadrado. I will see what happens with Chiesa once Alexander comes in. I will see what happens with Frabotta. So don't automatically assume that when Alexander comes back, everything will come back to, everything will be fine. It's just too simplistic. De Ligt, yes, because we have proof that De Ligt has provided us quality in the past. He was one of the 3 best players last season. Of course, and so we can base that hope that we have with De Ligt based on that last season. So yes, this will be no doubt there's been improvement. However, it'll be interesting to see how do we actually field once those guys are back. Danilo, Bonucci, and De Ligt most likely will be the case for some foreseeable future, since Chiellini is injured, and maybe Demiral will be in there as well. Right now, it looks like Bonucci is injured, so Demiral instead. And talking briefly about Demiral, don't assume that those two guys, De Ligt and Demiral, will play great together. Early days. And yes, Bankai, I really hope that we will see it. Definitely, we will see a better Juve at the national break. I really hope so. Yash, to be honest, I don't know. I don't know about the Colombian national team. I'm sorry. Could be James. I don't know. Yes, going back to Cuadrado being a captain. That's interesting. This is interesting conversation. The clash with Bonucci gives me more confidence that he can be leader because he doesn't. Yeah, that's fine. But then he got shut down pretty quickly. And I've never seen Cuadrado being a leader on the pitch, motivating players. I've seen Cuadrado dive, create a foul. I've seen Cuadrado make mistakes that doesn't ooze confidence for me. I've seen Cuadrado do things that are crazy, stupid. I've seen Cuadrado being inconsistent. And I'm not being judgmental. I'm not being crazy negative on Cuadrado, but this is also facts that I see. I see also some good from him, of course. I see his runs going forward. I see his assists. I see tons of his assists to Morata. Unfortunately, he was offside. But I see his contribution going forward. But I'm equally insecure about his defending, and that matters to me. That worries me, because, as some previous comment there, defense is the issue. And I'm not convinced with Cuadrado being a captain. Far from it, because I don't see that he oozes anything. And to be quite honest, it's strange. It's very, very strange. Other than Chiellini and Buffon or Tech, Cuadrado is the best option for me. Wow, no, man, no. I disagree. Cristiano is a great option. I see potential in De Ligt, for example. Tech, I don't understand why Tech would have been a great leader, to be quite honest, because he has troubles with commanding his area, his defensive area. That's his weak point. He's great a shot stopper. He's great goalkeeper, but commanding his penalty box, that's always been an issue. And of course, the captain needs to be vocal. And I don't know. He doesn't have to be vocal. I mean, Del Piero was never vocal, but he led by example, by the professional way that he was, and his skills, of course. You can see professional from Cuadrado, no doubt about it. But the quality just isn't there for me, unfortunately. And this is a question to you, Francesco. And do you have anything? I mean, let me just go straight ask you: are you Colombian? Are you from Colombia? Do you have some? Because if you are, then I understand your affection with Cuadrado. I understand that you know more about Cuadrado than I do in terms of being a captain. But the way I see him play for Juve, he doesn't ooze captaincy. I don't understand why we should be a captain just because he played so much for us and because he's been a great soldier. It's just I find that being very, very strange reason for him to be a captain. That's it. Why? I mean, Pjanic has been a great service for us. He's never been a captain for us, as far as I can remember. And then, of course, we've switched up the whole team. So I can barely remember a player who's played more than 100 games for us. But unlike strikers as captains, well, that's subjective. I mean, Del Piero was a captain and a striker, so I find okay with him being a captain. So Platini, I think, also was a captain. I think Baggio was also a captain at some point. It doesn't really matter which position they play, in my opinion. Of course, this is your opinion. The strikers not being good as captains. That's fine. That's fine. I can understand why you think that way. I think that it doesn't matter. I think that as long as they have good leadership skills, it matters more to me than which position they play. But it's great stuff, Francesco. I'm not bashing your opinion. I'm respecting your opinion. I think this is a great conversation between you and me. It's very interesting, very, very interesting. So thanks. Yeah, Mr. T countering there. Okay, we'll not make this into bashing Francesco. That will be very, very unfair. Yes, but anyway, okay. So Szczesny, I don't know why. Yusuf, I'm sorry, I don't know why. I don't know why people thinking that Szczesny could be a great captain. As I said, he's not commanding his area. That's it. I mean, Buffon was a great captain because is a great leader. You don't just suddenly switch off as a leader. You're always a leader. With Szczesny, I don't see that. Yes. All right. Let's move on to yeah, I see that, Pullman. I see your answer, Francesco. Yeah, all right. That's just personal. That's fine. I don't think that Corral should be a captain, but yeah, that's fine. That's okay. It's a healthy discussion. Very nice. Okay, so let's go to Paulo Dybala. We actually just started talking about Cristiano, and then they just exploded into anything. Let's talk about Paulo Dybala for a second. I don't know if you watched my video about him, about his problems, about his struggles, both on and off the pitch. My video from this week. If you didn't watch it, please watch, because I will be basing this short session on that. So I basically explained what's wrong with Dybala and what are the reasons. So and what he is for us as a player. At the end of the day, he's a Juve player. As I said, players come and go. Juve as a club remain. So for me personally, he is a favorite. I like Dybala a lot. I like his style. I like his goals. I like how I like his presence. I like how he looks. You know, the whole thing. But at the end of the day, what's best for Juve is what's best for Juve. It's not what's best for Dybala. Thanks, Francesco. And with Dybala, it's very interesting because this is the first time we've seen Dybala that low on confidence. We've seen him being lost because he was being used strangely, very low, very deep. He was playing in the midfield at some point with Allegri, which was crazy. But here he just feels he also feels that pressure that I was talking about with Bernardeschi, because as soon as you are on the pitch, you need to deliver, and of course with so few minutes left in the game, you need to perform at your highest level. Now, there are some crazies out there, and I will call them crazies because I think this is nonsense. They think that the way he lost the ball against Lazio, that he lost the ball and they got the throw in, that's basically a reason why we lost those 2 points. Now explain to me how that's logical. Honestly, I get that we could have kept the possession, we could have been winning this game. And of course, for a little bit earlier in the game, he was all alone all the way up into their half. And instead of just controlling the ball to the corner flag or playing around with his teammates, he just dived unnecessarily. And of course, it ended up being a goal kick instead of making something productive out of that situation. But that throw-in that he gave Lazio apparently is a direct reason for us conceding 2 points or losing 2 points. I don't agree with that at all. I think that's nonsense. I think that's just subjective bashing of Paulo Dybala. I think that's driving your narrative towards selling Dybala. You wanted Dybala sold before, and now suddenly he makes that grave mistake, that vital mistake, and then it just adds fuel to your fire. It helps you burn Dybala at the stake. Now, I disagree. I disagree that that's that vital mistake. Yes, it was one of the reasons we lost 2 points, but it's not the reason. So when he lost the ball, our team need to regroup. Talking about that great captaincy of Cuadrado, talking about the great captaincy of Bonucci, I fail to see those two guys perform. I fail to see them perform on the vital moments of the game. This is when we lose the ball, and the team needs to regroup. Bentancur, where was he? Rabiot, where were you? Bonucci just got turned like a schoolboy by Caicedo, and they scored 1-1. Szczesny had no chance to save that. But the way Correa got past both Bentancur and Cuadrado, that speaks volumes. That pisses me off way more than it does that Dybala lost the ball. That just helps your narrative of bullying Dybala, of wanting him gone, because enough is enough. I don't care. I don't see anything from Dybala today, so I want him gone tomorrow. There is no gray area. It's either all or nothing. I don't get it. This player is a bad form. He struggled. He struggled, and mentally he struggled with the injuries. He struggled with the COVID. It's all about that stuff, and he needs time. And of course, that throw-in didn't help him at all, and fans turned on him. Yes, I understand why. Because, well, it's easy to turn on a player who is already low in confidence, is already prone to a mistake. But as I said in my video before, that if you play very, very few games, very limited amount of minutes, once you are being used, of course you will be out of form. Of course you will be rusty. It's like playing, what was his name? Zalaeta was an exception, actually. Back in the day, if you remember Marcelo Zalaeta, he was always the one who was substituted on the pitch towards the end of the game, but he actually provided some vital goals for us. He never got into that form, but he was great off the bench. Now, there are tons of other examples throughout the world of football where a substitute can be vital, but there are also tons of examples where the substitute is, of course, rusty and will commit mistakes because he has, trouble of, understanding that pressure and thrive under that pressure. Rugani being another example. He got roasted by Milan last season. Barely played last season. And then we throw him to the wolves because of the injuries. And then there we go. The rest is history. I think he's re-injured now still for Rennes. Only played one game or something. Crazy. Pankai, the argument on the throw-in is that there were 30 seconds left, so he could have just controlled the ball, and just cleared it, and he gave up the throw-in. Yes, and I'm not defending the fact that he did poorly. I'm not defending the fact that he made a mistake. This was a mistake, yes. But what about the rest of the team? Are they suddenly immune to criticism because it's all on Dybala, because he lost the ball? Everybody makes mistakes. So if one player makes a mistake, it's suddenly okay for other players also to make a mistake. No, I don't think so. So Dybala as a striker, as an offensive player, was vital for that period because he could have controlled the ball, could have stabilized us, or could have gotten us out of trouble. If he's not able to do that, that's why we play with 11 men. Because they have 11 different objectives. They have 11 different tasks. And suddenly, well, I'm not going to say 10 other players, but I'll say 5, 6 other players suddenly forgot that they're actually on the clock. They're actually leading 1-0 and they are pressing, and we need to be focused. Bentancur failed, Cuadrado failed, Bonucci failed. I blame those 3 guys. I don't blame Dybala as much, but that's me. Dybala, in terms of ability, one of the best in the world. I'm not so sure. Dybala, in terms of ability, when in form, I would say, is the best in the world. Just like Douglas Costa, for example. When he is on fire, he is absolutely crazy. Same goes for Dybala. However, he's not an efficient player. He doesn't have the drive to be better like Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure that he doesn't have the drive. I don't think he has the ability. He has the quality to be better, to improve, unless he puts his mind to it. And also, I spoke in that video of mine about comparing him to Cristiano, which is also unfair. If we do expect Paulo Dybala to score 20-30 goals a season, that's crazy. That's unfair, because that's what not Dybala is all about. If we have Cristiano, going back to Cristiano, when you have Cristiano Ronaldo in your team, most of things going forward will go through Cristiano. Dybala will not be that efficient. So maybe, and this is also just a maybe, and this is not black and white. It's just a maybe. Maybe Dybala is actually suffering that Cristiano Ronaldo is at the club, because he takes away all the offensive thunder. And Dybala is just feeling lost. But then again, he played against Verona whole game without Cristiano. Still failed to score. He did a mistake against Lazio without Cristiano. I don't know. So that's why I said in my video that it must be a mental issue. There is a mental issue to Dybala, because we know very well what he can do. 11 goals last season, 22 goals or something in his 17-18 season. It was absolutely crazy that season. Vital for us at the start of the season. So, we know what he can do. And suddenly he stopped doing that. Why? I want to know why. And I also want to know how he can do better. But mostly, at the end of the day, if the ball is in his court, my friends, the ball is in his court. Yash, my name is Roman. If you watch my videos, you know, because I put it out sometimes. I start my videos with introducing myself like a proper YouTuber. Yeah, but nice to see you, Yash. Always nice to see that you're watching me, and I really, really hope you enjoy being on this channel. Subscribe if you don't already. Yes. Francesco, Bernardeschi honestly is frustrating, because he has talent, and it's all about. I think it's trying. I think I get what you mean. Yes, and I spoke about Bernardeschi previously, so yeah. But yeah, going back to Dybala, if we are to sell this guy during the summer, what would we do? We need to replace him with another striker, with another offensive player. Who would that be? And previously there were talks about Haaland, Mbappe, and Sancho. As I said, I'm not so sure that those guys will do well for us, because they are foreigners coming into Italy, and it's always hard for them in Italy at the start. And you know what? I'm so impatient and I want success immediately. So, who would you want to have instead of Dybala? Who actually knows the league? Interesting. It's very, very interesting. Who would that be? Yeah, I don't know. I'm glad I'm not working for Juve, deciding that kind of stuff, because my name will be all over the place. Headlines, the crazy agent Roman doesn't know what he's doing. So yeah, I'm glad I'm not a part of that. I'm just a fan, having absolutely no clue, just talking BS. No, I really hope you enjoyed this though. So that's about it. I think we covered the Cristiano. I think we've covered Dybala. I think also we covered Bernardeschi. I spoke briefly about Mandalorian because I love that show. I'm already done watching the whole thing. So if you also like that, if you don't, if you haven't seen the show but you're planning to, please do. It's a great show. If you're a fan of, Star Wars, you'll love this for sure. Yeah, season 2. I think today is actually new episode coming out. Today is new episode coming out, so maybe I'll watch that before I go to bed. After I'm done with you guys. Yeah. Francesco, Dybala is more of a Pablo Gomez kind of player. The difference between those two guys, I actually think that Pablo Gomez is better than Dybala right now. It's crazy as it may sound, but it is true. I think Pablo Gomez is a great roamer. He roams. He is everywhere on the pitch. I watched most of Atalanta games because I find it strange that they are suddenly struggling. Maybe because I jinxed them, but I think that Pablo Gomez is a very interesting, very, very fascinating player to watch. He roams, and he's deep getting the ball back, but he knows how to do that as well. He is crazy with his foot. He is creative. He doesn't fear to get stuck in. He's physical because he has he is a tiny player, but he knows how to use his body well. I don't think that Dybala is that same player. I think that the Dybala is very one-dimensional in terms of his usage of left foot. That's a criticism to him. Yes, he knows how to use his right foot as well, but not as far. I mean, he's more dominant with his left. You all know this. Even though he scored with his right against Merda just before the COVID lockdown, I do remember that. Yeah, but that's. I think Papu Gomez is a fascinating player, very fascinating. Yeah, so it's interesting though. Both are from Argentina. Very interesting. I have Prem fans who would say they would love Dybala in their teams. Well, what do you say to that? I don't think he will succeed in Premier League. Well, I said previously that Premier League is not that hard as Serie A, but then I stand corrected in terms of Premier League being an easy league to adapt to, because I also think that they are quite physical there. And I don't know which team, Manchester United. Maybe change of scenery, maybe, but the pressure is no less there for sure. And the language, the fact that it's further up north, and all those factors, And Oriana, his girlfriend, will she come along? Will she be agreeing with this? I don't know. Dybala is so inconsistent. I've always been a fan of his, but the guy is nowhere near worth getting 15 million salary. No, as I said in my video, again, I keep going back to that video. If he does deserve that 15 million, I want to show me why. Show me why he deserves that kind of money. Right now, he doesn't. So that's why there are no contract agreement. That's why there are no talks, because he doesn't deserve it right now. That's from my standpoint. Maybe some other issues there as well, of course, but I don't think he deserves that right now. So prove me wrong. Prove me that you deserve to stay at Juve. Prove me that you deserve to be the guy who deserves 15 million. Prove me that you deserve to be at Juve, to wear that number 10. This doesn't come easy. I mean, I fear for our number 10 right now. For some strange, stupid reason, Paul Pogba got that 10 the season he left. After that he left, and then Dybala got that 10, and yeah, it's been okay. It's not been great, but then maybe we should just lower our expectations that Alessandro Del Piero was the last great number 10 for Juve, the legend. Unfortunately, we are still waiting. for Paulo Dybala to become that legend, but so far, not so much. Too inconsistent, as you say. Yes, I agree. So I need more. I need more from my boy. I believe that he will do so. I will believe that he will fight back this season. But the clock is ticking. The clock is ticking, my friends. All right. So that's it. Very briefly, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. You know the game. I love every single, almost every installment of Assassin's Creed. So the game is out, and I haven't played it. Of course, I haven't even bought it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna buy it, but I kind of like it, the fact that it's now about Vikings, and I think the cities. I think they are in London, and I think they are York, and one more Paris, I think. So that's the stages for Valhalla. But the funny thing is, I was hoping there would be more in Norway, because that's where I'm sitting right now. So it'll be more of like Norwegian cities, Swedish cities, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I'm probably gonna end up buying it and enjoying it, because I love the Odyssey. I love the Origins. Absolutely loved it. So yeah, maybe Valhalla is also a great addition. We'll see. Comment in the chat or in the comment section once you're done watching this video about your opinion about both Mandalorian and the Valhalla game. If you've played it, are you gonna buy it or not? I am a nerd, so that's why I'm talking about it. At the end of the day, this is therapy session. It makes me feel better. Francesco, Assassin's Creed 2 is the best with Ezio. Yes. Is it Ezio? I think it's with Ezio. Yes, Ezio installments are the best, of course. Yes, they are. But also, I love the Slayer ones. If you haven't played that, Francesco, please do. Origins, and of course the Odyssey, the Greek one, the last one. It's lovely. It's absolutely a great storyline. It's an adventure. Absolutely an adventure. So I loved it. And Black Flag also was one of my favorites. Also a great installment from Assassin's Creed at Ubisoft. So there we go. All right, guys, it's time to wrap it up. I see the clock is ticking, and I've got the game about the French Revolution was the worst. Which one was that? The French Revolution. I don't remember, man. Yeah, probably that's why it was so bad. I don't even remember that one. The one I hated. You know which one I hated? I hated the one that you could play both the lady and this guy. It's a later installment. I don't remember the name. Syndicate, is it? Something like that. It's that was strange. It was very, very strange. But the first one was great, and of course, as you say, the Ezio installments and Odyssey and Origins for me, and we'll see what Valhalla brings. Assassin's Creed, that is, guys. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Time to wrap it up. Tomorrow, before you go, or Sunday, probably tomorrow, I will be uploading a video purely on Sami Khedira and his situation at the club, similar to what to the video about Paulo Dybala. I just want to dig into the core of the problem and split the things objectively, because I don't want to be on that bandwagon to just trash Sami Khedira because he's Sami Khedira and he earns so much money and he refuses to leave and he's an idiot. No, I will be objective. I will be much more analyzing the situation, both pros and cons, with him being maybe used in the coming weeks. We will see. But please check out that video. It will be out probably tomorrow. I hope you like those kinds of videos while this is an international break, because there's nothing else to do. But once we are back after the international break, then, of course, the preview for the Cagliari game and the post-match after the game against Cagliari live. Assassin's Creed Unity. Yes, I think that's the one. Yeah, crap. All right, man. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for watching the stream. Francesco, thank you for the discussion about Quadrado. We can agree to disagree, and we still respect each other. And this is what dialogue is. This is what discussion is, without being crazy, without calling names, and without being aggressive. So this is what you've learned today, kids. If you watch this video with this Juve Therapy Session, when you go home today, think about this. In order to have a discussion, you have to have two parties. that are agreeing that this is not about life and death. This is all about topic. It's not personal. It's about the case. It's about the topic. So, perfect example, today's video, and me and Francesco disagreeing on things, but still, we are pals. Even though I've never met Francesco, freaking Puerto Rico is far, far away from here. But that's what I love about this Juve with the internet, with the Wi-Fi, with the COVID. Also, unfortunately, COVID gives us that possibility. People are in lockdown. People have more access to the Wi-Fi, to the PCs, and we're able to talk to each other across the world. That's amazing. I love it. So thanks, Francesco, for joining. Yeah, and that's it. Yash. Okay, last comment there from Yash. We gotta finish on a strong. Some different names, if they're available. I don't know if they're available. We might be saying, but if we're talking about selling Dybala, Gnabry, Vinicius, Rodrigo, Firmino, Varane, Zapata. Yeah, there we go. And we go. On that note from Yash, he basically just ran down the whole. Thanks, Francesco. Yash just ran out the whole shortlist for the Football Manager 2021, which is also, by the way, out yesterday, I think, or today. Football Manager 2021. It can be downloaded through Steam, or you can actually buy it. I don't know. But this is basically the shortlist for you. If you have suggestions, as Yash said, please comment below. If we sell Dybala, who would you want? On that note, see you tomorrow, of course, when I upload my Sami Khedira video. It will be a good one. It will be an objective one. It will be an interesting one. If you want quality, not quantity, but quality. There we go. Fino alla fine. Forza Juve, and I love you guys for joining. Thank you so much.